Hello, I'm Dawn H. Jones, your HR Wise Guide. Now, today's topic is, can I resign before a disciplinary hearing? And the answer is yes, you can. But before you do, there are several things you should bear in mind first. So please keep listening. Now, if you're facing a disciplinary hearing, you're likely going to feel stressed and scared. And you may be even thinking that resigning is better than having a dismissal on your record, right? Or it could be that you're thinking you can't face the prospects of a hearing. Plus, resigning from your employment before the hearing will end your problems and relieve your stress. Now, that thinking can be mightily persuasive, especially to someone not thinking calmly, logically, or effectively. Resigning may look like a quick fix to some of your problems, but as I mentioned earlier, the decision to resign before a disciplinary hearing may provide short-term relief but have long-term problems. Let me give you a few examples. Example 1. Say you resign from your employer with notice. You reason that it will give you time to look for a job. However, your employer may still proceed to a hearing with or without you within your notice period. And that being the case, any sanction from the hearing would supersede the reason for your resignation. There's a couple of other points for you to consider. Number 1, if you fail to attend a hearing, you won't be able to put your case forward, which means you won't have a say in the proceedings. And number 2, the hearing may result in no action. Example 2. Say you are an employee who works in a regulated occupation such as nursing, medicine, finance, etc. Your employer may still be obliged in certain circumstances to refer you to your professional body, irrespective of whether you have resigned. And the last example, example 3, is to do with references. Some employers have a reference policy where they will only confirm dates of employment and the position that their employees have held. However, your employer may state on your reference that you resigned amid formal proceedings. And if you disclose this on a future application, it may be accepted by a new employer, depending on the circumstances. Equally, it could have implications for future employment. I could give you many more examples, but I'm sure you get the point I'm trying to make. The bottom line is, yes, you can resign before a disciplinary hearing, but that decision may have unexpected and unintended consequences even after you leave your employer. Right now, you may be thinking, what can I do to make a sound decision? Well, firstly, I encourage you to resist the pressure to make an ill-informed decision. Secondly, ensure you have the support to protect your health and well-being. That could be making an appointment to see your GP or accessing the support provided by your employer. Thirdly, get clarity on the details of your case. And you can do this by organising your case file and writing a timeline. Now, I have a video on how to do both of these things, and I'll put the links in the description. Fourthly, you can consult an appropriately qualified professional to discuss your specific circumstance to help you make an fully informed decision. But remember, the decision will ultimately be yours to make. Now, in your free download this week, I've included a list of other sources of help. For now, let me give you a few examples. If you belong to a trade union, you can access trade union, help from your trade union or your professional body. Both organisations have plenty of support on their website. One trade union I recently looked at that offered members a helpline and, in their words, support when their members most need it. Or if your employer offers an employee assistance scheme, you can access this service free of charge. One employee assistance scheme I looked at recently offered 24/7 confidential helpline, up to six sessions of structured counselling, 24/7 crisis assistance and manager support, in-house legal and financial information, and access to a wellbeing app. Now, in my experience, most of these services is a typical offer from an assistance scheme. Or you can contact me, and I'll put my contact details in the description as well. So yes, you can resign before a disciplinary hearing, but remember, your decision may have significant consequences. So get the support and advice you need to make an informed decision for which your future self will thank you. Thanks for listening, and remember to be HR wise and thrive. Bye-bye.